What is up, everybody? I am finally back after my my
Hiatus.
hiatus. I took my one week.
Hacienda.
I took a long nap.
That's a house.
Oh, I thought you said siesta.
No, I said hacienda.
Oh, I took a siesta, not a hacienda.
Back to the old Ponderosa.
Anyway, guys, this is the Nerd Cave Network, where you can get all of your nerdy news in just one very sexy spot. If I'm going to say
The
so.
sexy spot.
The sexy spot. That's the yeah. Guys, I am Robbie Rawls, joined along with my dear friend.
Zach Dykes.
Some stuff has happened.
Everything has happened.
Like, we have so many news, we might not even get to a certain question this week.
Yeah, we don't even know if we're going to get to answer that question. And if you're that person that's listening, you know what question we're talking about.
And we're not talking about the what flavor ice cream do I taste like.
No, not that one at all. Derek is not able to join us. He's at a hacienda. He's taking a hacienda as well.
He's taking a house nap.
Just watching the house sit there.
Hacienda siesta.
But so
muy,
it's
muy caliente.
yeah. Me and Robbie are holding down the fort, and without further ado, let's just jump into it. Like, there's so much to talk about.
Show us the way, my friend.
Okay. So usually we have a good split 50-50 on
Games
games
and
and TV
movies.
and movies and all of that. This week, you're in for a ride. This is pretty much a games cast, but
Sprinkled in with a little bit of movie TV, but mostly
games.
games.
So let's go ahead and get the vagabonds out of the way. Okay. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 put out
Their
a new trailer. Looks gorgeous.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
And seeing all of these characters that in one movie we love. Like, we didn't have to have 10 movies to build up to an Avengers. We had one movie that did it amazingly, and James Gunn is great at what he's doing. Like, he's getting paid and he's earning his pay.
Oh yeah. One thing that I loved was the banter between Rocket and Baby Groot. I am Groot. No, that's the button that's going to blow everybody. Like, I can already tell you, like, it was Star-Lord that stole the show in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Groot's,
yeah.
but I have this one. Like, when you see him running, he goes,
What got me is when he was chasing that guy, and that guy actually looked scared. He just grabbed him and threw him off the catwalk.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see Guardians because, like you said, the first one just kind of blew us away.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're like, okay, it's Marvel, Disney, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But nobody knew that so many people were going to be saying that's my number one favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah, and when we were going into it, a lot of people were like, this might be the first time Marvel actually sucks, drops the ball on something. Because Guardians of the Galaxy has always been like a C-list character.
They have their comic book followers, and you've seen them sprinkled in the animated series here and there, and a lot of that has been hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
But when they came out with the movie, it was just everybody, all the actors and everything just came together perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
And the way they played off of each other, and the soundtrack, like we've said many times, was a character in itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and getting to see that, in this trailer, the soundtrack is back. You got new music and everything. I can't wait to see what happens with it. It looks like they're going to be doing some pretty big things here.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be an awesome movie.
I mean, they're now the protectors of the galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
and so
The
or the
Guardians.
guardians of the galaxy. I probably should have worded that way better. That's, my apologies. But yeah, you're seeing them. They're going to be going to these different planets and fighting those giant space alien squid things.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the aliens off of Force Awakens that were like the killers, in the ships. That's what they kind of look like.
It reminded me of Monsters Incorporated when they got
into
the room. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, but I'm sure they're gonna be way cooler in the movie.
Now, did you watch the Game Awards?
Did not get to watch. I've seen bits and pieces of the trailers and everything that's come out, but I've just been
I know you've been busy.
Yeah.
The reason why I bring it up this early in the podcast is they actually showed I'm talking about a teaser, not like a teaser trailer, a teaser for Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, and had
I did see that.
Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I think they could do a really good job. I'm hoping that Telltale, they're pumping out so much stuff.
Yep.
I think they're fixing to hit the wall where people stop caring about it. Like, they're getting properties that are amazing, that they have really hardcore fans. I just don't want them to lose that magic that they have.
The Assassin's Creed wall, if you may.
Yeah. Can't scale that wall.
You can't scale that one. There's no little windows for you to climb up. So.
No, not at all. And speaking of superheroes, Aquaman with Jason Momoa. with an O.
We definitely got called out.
Hey, that's okay.
Cool.
You know, I was like, you rock. You know,
We were like, we appreciate that.
yeah, we do appreciate that. I can't remember
It made me giggle when I saw that because we all do it. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Aquaman has got a release date, and the release date is going to be October 5th, 2018. Originally, it was set for 2018 in July, but the debut in theaters a few months later, with Jason Momoa returning in his title role after a cameo in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice this year, and his role in Justice League next year.
that's Hunter's birthday, October 5th.
Furious 7 and The Conjuring director James Wan is helming the project, with Willem Dafoe set to be Volko. We already talked about that a few weeks ago. We don't know if he's a good guy.
Volko, you know, everybody
Friend or
knows him.
foe?
Everybody knows him and loves him.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I think Jason Momoa looks great as Aquaman, and I can't wait to see what he does.
Every time I see Mr. Momoa, I go straight to Khal Drogo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if he's going to do such a good job with Aquaman. Will I see him as Aquaman or Khal Drogo?
It's going to be hard to choose.
It is, because he was very convincing as a warlord.
He was very convincing. The next DC film to hit theaters will be The Great Wonder Woman.
Oh, gal.
June 2.
Oh, June 2.
June the 2nd, 2017. So,
Oh, gal's my gal.
oh God, save me, please. So let's see. We had a question.
We have quite a few.
We
of
have
those this
quite
week.
a few questions, and guys, if you want one of your questions answered, you got to go over to facebook.com/nerdcavenetwork, or
you could just search Nerd Cave and we shall pop up.
yes,
We have a page and a group, so be sure to get on both of them.
And guys, we had this just dirt bag of a person, just slime of the earth, ask this question.
Derek Daniel.
Derek Daniel.
I didn't even have to look over there. I love you, Derek.
Derek Daniel asked, thoughts on the Game Award winners? And then we'll get to the second part and ask about PS and our thoughts on PSX. So, the Game Awards was Friday night?
Yes.
Or Thursday night?
No. Well, it's Friday, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I think it was Thursday. Hold on. This is October 1st. So that's, December 1st. That's been a few days ago.
We'll just say a
Today's
few
the
days
4th.
ago.
It was Thursday night.
Thursday, okay,
Yeah,
not bad.
Sorry, guys. It was Thursday night. And I was looking forward to watching the Game Awards. Like, I was in here, I was editing and listening and all of that. One, YouTube, which is interesting, YouTube copyright strike them. And, like, if you go back to watch it now, you can't hear any of the audio because they muted all the audio because they used, like, a copyrighted piece of music in the live show.
The game show got
Yes.
YouTube, you're a dick.
Yeah, you are. But what was interesting, like, I started watching on YouTube just because, like, when you open up the computer, it goes straight to YouTube.
Yeah.
But it would play a little bit, and then it would jump back like 5 seconds and play it over again, and then it'd go a little bit and then jump back, and it was really annoying. So I had to switch over to Twitch, which, Twitch is great and everything, but most of my content's absorbed through YouTube, and had no problems with Twitch. But the night went on, and like there were some really good things about the Game Awards, and there's things that I just cannot get past, and it felt like the game commercials and a little bit of awards. Like, it was commercials out the wazoo the whole time.
That's like it was worse than what you get at the Super Bowl. But the Super Bowl commercials are actually good.
Yeah, and it's commercials that we've already seen before. I've seen that freaking Titanfall 2 trailer with I've seen that all over and over and over and over, best rated shooter, but didn't sell that well. Titanfall 2,
Yeah.
And did you see the Schick Hydro man?
Oh my God, the robot.
Oh my God, they tried to push that like 2 times during it.
Come hydrate my body. I'm like, dude.
It was so cringeworthy. So there's things in there that it felt very rushed in places, where they had like people off to the side like, oh, tell me about your downloadable content for Warframe.
Warframe?
Yeah, Warframe, like the game that's like 3 to 4 years old.
I can't say it because Trevor would kill my little brother would kill me because he's an avid Warframe.
I have nothing wrong with Warframe,
but being like, let's talk about your DLC.
Yeah, it's not a new game coming out. It's it's not somebody that was nominated for an award or anything. And there were times where award winners would get something and they wouldn't hardly get to talk. Like they would get a sentence or two. When they were talking about DLC, she got to talk about 5 minutes. I'm just like,
yeah, it doesn't. Especially when it's an old game like Warframe or these other games that they talked about, they should be focusing on the people who are actually getting the awards so that they can explain more about, hey, this is why we won the award. This is what you have to look forward to. La da 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 da. Not. Let's talk about Warframe.
Yeah, and even before the show started, they started giving out awards. Like, they had, like, a countdown. They were like, since there's so many awards that are being given out tonight, we're going to do some of these before the show actually starts. And gave, like, Pokemon Go an award for, like, most, like, family game or whatever, or something like that. And then gave a few other ones out. But they talk about DLC during the awards like that. If I was the developers of Pokemon Go and a few others that got them beforehand, I'd feel kind of slanted.
Especially because Pokemon Go, Niantic and Nintendo did a freaking amazing job with getting that out like they did. Yeah, we had some issues with it, but there's still a lot of people who play this game religiously. I don't play it nearly as religiously as I used to, but, there's people still going out and trying to catch all these different Pokemons. And to not even have a time slot in the actual show, but Warframe is going to be talking about their DLC, and I can't remember who. There was a few
there was a few other ones in there. And the musical guest, okay? Like, they had these 2 rappers that are apparently in Gears of War 4 do, like, a number. Oh, my God. Shoot me in the head. It was awful. Like, it was a waste of 5 minutes in the show.
Was it better than Jason Derulo?
At the Ubisoft? I would have rather watched Jason Derulo.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. It was that bad. They had, like... Doom soundtrack live. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But there were several things in there. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I understand, like, you're trying to market this as, like, this big event. You're trying to be this big event. But if you look at, the Oscars and everything, people really don't like watching the Oscars. Like, that is a dying breed, so don't try to copy things that they do.
Yeah.
Do things that gamers like. Gamers like seeing new trailers. They like hearing the people that have made the games. They like seeing the big names out there, And, like, Cliffy B was there talking about Lawbreakers and how the beta and all of this. I love Cliffy B. But I don't need to know about your freaking beta.
Yeah, and it just kind of plays off of the organizers need to figure out a better method of doing all this stuff, because not that we have any issue with Warframe. I've played it. It's a fun game, but it's old news. And yeah, the new DLC that's coming out might be something cool, but have it talked about in the pregame instead of giving out awards at the pregame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this is the Game Awards. This isn't buy my crap.
Exactly. And
that's my biggest thing. I know that a lot of work went into this, and we're fixing to get into the good part that I enjoyed of the Game Awards, but it kind of gets in me a little bit where you're pushing the market more than you are the people that have worked hard to get to that point.
Yeah.
So that's where I have my problem with. Pretty much when the show started, it opened up with a new trailer for Legend of Zelda. And it looked great. showed a little bit more of it. Showed Zelda finally. And one scene, it looked like she was like in adventure gear, where she'd go out and like, be part of the game or whatever. Not saying that she's going to be part of the game. It might be happening. I don't know.
We never know.
And then, a little bit later on, it showed like Link there, and then like this lady in a like nice regal robe, and it was clearly Zelda again. So, it's some nice things, and they also showed some gameplay of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And it looked cool. Had these characters that were chameleons, and like you're like running up, and like they just pop up and just start killing you and everything. So what they were showing is there's different ways to go back about like different places and everything, which I like. I like games that have, different ways of attacking. I'm, more of the guy that will be a little stealthy and then just kill everybody.
Yeah.
Because it always goes bad.
Like he'll start sneaking, and someone will say to me, he's like, "Well, gotta kill everybody."
Me and Nick have much in common on
Yeah.
that. And some people are like, please stop showing stuff because we just want to play the game. I'm fine with seeing more. I really don't care. Like, it's not giving away anything, like, story-wise, so it didn't really bother me. It just showed that there's depth in the game and the gameplay and everything.
And it definitely deserves the award of the most anticipated game because, this is something we've been waiting for is this Zelda game.
Yeah.
For a long time, Nintendo.
You keep pushing it back.
A long time, Nintendo. I didn't get to play some of the newer Zelda games. Like, my last real dive in was Ocarina of Time. And I would still love to go back and play Ocarina of Time because I enjoyed it that much.
Yeah.
But this is a game that I'm definitely looking forward to, and I'm very happy that Nintendo is finally like, hey guys, it's almost here.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and I can't wait for the Switch to come out and actually get to play it. It looks like it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, but I can't wait to get more solid specs on it of what all it's going to have, what all it's going to do, because a lot of that's still up in the air.
Oh yeah, it's going to have like 10 minutes of battery life. That's what you're going to get.
12 if you're lucky.
So we'll go through some of the winners from the night. Trending Gamer. Now this one's a really one that kind of like speaks to my heart because one day I hope one of us becomes one of the Trending Gamers. But there was 5 people nominated for them. Jacksepticeye was one. Angry Joe was another. Danny O'Dwyer, Boogie 2988. And then there was somebody else. I can't remember his name. I've heard of him, but I never watched any of his stuff. And have you ever seen Boogie before?
I have not, but I know he won, and I want to check out and see what all.
Like, Boogie is this great guy. Like, I saw him at VidCon, and I watched him before I went to VidCon. But he's very down to earth. He's knowledgeable, but he's very sincere.
Yeah,
and that's something that you don't see with a lot of people that are bigger YouTubers. That he's sincere, and yes, he's a bigger guy, and he talks about that and everything. But he is the most lovable person I think that is on YouTube, just because he speaks from the heart.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't speak from the heart.
They speak where their pockets are.
Exactly. So when he got Trending Gamer of the Year, I was so happy for him. Like, he was there and he gave a little speech and everything, but I'm just glad. Greg Miller getting it the year before, I was happy, and Boogie getting it this year, I was happy as well.
Like, I felt like, not seeing his stuff, but I have watched, Septiceye, not a huge Septiceye fan, so I was like, okay, but it made me want to go check out what Boogie has on his channel, because, just from the little bit that I saw of him, he looks really cool, sounds really cool.
Yeah,
so.
The Francis character, like the big guy that acts like a child about everything. Well, that's his creation. Like, he's Francis, but he also does Boogie stuff as well.
Okay, that's all I've seen is the Francis stuff.
Yeah, like the Francis stuff is funny, but he also does Boogie where he talks about stuff.
Yeah,
like sometimes he'll do reactions as Francis and then do a reaction as Boogie. So it's really good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll name these off going up. Best esports game, Overwatch. Well deserved. Most anticipated, you already said this. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Best multiplayer game, Overwatch. Best sports/racing game. Now this one, I have to say, the guy came out, he was the guy that formed Respawn. Kind of gave a little quip here, kind of a little jab. He was
I like jabs.
he was like, he's like, this category I don't even understand, that you have sports games and racing games where you could have these huge simulator games go up against something like Rocket League or a kart racing game, and a kart racing game beat something like Forza or anything like that. I was just like, whoa, bro. But speaking of Forza Horizon 3 won that one. Best family game, Pokemon Go, which they didn't get into the show.
Oh, yeah.
Best strategy game, Civilization 6. Best fighting game, Street Fighter 5. Best RPG, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. That is a DLC that came out this
I need
year.
to play it.
Best action/adventure game, Dishonored 2 from Arcane Studios. Best action game, Doom. See, they had to kind of separate that with adventure right there. Best VR game, Res Infinite. Haven't played it. Best mobile handheld game, Pokemon Go. So Pokemon Go won twice that night. Best independent game, Inside. Still need to play that. Playdead Studio was the ones that made Limbo years ago. That was like the first time when a downloadable game was like huge. Limbo was like a huge thing when I was in college around 2008, 2009. Games for Impact, That Dragon Cancer. This was probably the most heartfelt moment of the awards because That Dragon Cancer was made by a dad that was a game developer that his son passed away from cancer.
Ooh.
And he was talking about, how he was, it's sad that this is the story that he had to share, but he's glad that he got to share it with everybody. And it was very heartfelt and tears and all of that. So I was glad that Games for Impact went to that one. Best performance, Nolan North as Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4 A Thief's End. Well-deserved.
Yeah.
Nolan's been working his butt off, and he works very, very tirelessly for a lot of different games. He's in Destiny, he's in Uncharted, he's in so many games. Very talented
A ton
guy.
of them. And he had to escape that crazy driver of that truck.
Oh, yeah. God. Now, the thing that's interesting about this, that there is a strike going on with voice actors, the voice actors union.
A lot of them are having issues.
And Nolan talked about it on the Game Awards. He was saying that, yes, the voice actors, the mocap actors, and all of that were very important to the product that's being made, but without these game developers, the art that we are making, the story that we are telling through our acting would not be accomplished. And he pretty much called them selfish.
Yeah.
And, I understand there's a lot of things going on, but when one of the heads of the industry is calling those people selfish,
that hurts their cause big time.
That's a big thing right there. Best music/sound design, Doom from id Software and Bethesda. Best art direction, Inside from Playdead. I haven't played it yet, but it does look nice. I thought Firewatch would have won that one, just to be honest. Best narrative, Uncharted 4 A Thief's End from Naughty Dog. Best game direction, Blizzard for Overwatch. And Game of the Year, which I totally thought this one ought to have happened, to be honest.
I didn't. I loved the game, and I didn't see it happening either.
Like, I totally thought Uncharted 4 would have got it just because it's kind of like the wrap-up to everything. But Overwatch won it.
Now, you haven't played Overwatch, have you? You played? No, you didn't.
No, I played Smite.
Yeah. Now, I really enjoy. It's not your everyday MOBA. It's MOBA-esque, but it's more of like a Call of Duty. It feels like, but with like MOBA tendencies. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I thought that it was very well done by Blizzard. I'm not a huge Blizzard supporter with a lot of their games.
Yeah, because they're mostly PC games.
Exactly. I never cared for WoW or anything like that. But Overwatch was just kind of just a new idea for MOBAs, and I think it went off without a hitch. And now you're seeing esports take it up, and a lot of people are really hyped about that. As am I, because I watch Smite championships. I would love to watch Overwatch as well.
Yeah, I think, once a game hits that spot where it becomes an esport, that means it's definitely taking ground and it's become something pretty big.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to the guys over at Blizzard for winning Game of the Year. It's a big moment for them. So, glad for them.